Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen-Sheets, aka Carol the Coach, and I'm going to talk to you about a fairly serious subject. You know, the last time we got together, I talked to you about forgiveness and how forgiveness is really for you. But what do you do if somebody is angry with you? Whether it's deserved, you did something to wrong them, or maybe they just thought you did, or blew it out of proportion, or misinterpreted it. What do you do with your own internal feelings? Because I got to tell you, if you don't work that out, then what's going to happen is that it's going to stop you or block you from really moving on in your life. And so, today I want to talk to you about the Ho'oponopono method. Now, I know that sounds kind of wacky. It's actually from Hawaii. And Dr. Lin, a researcher and therapist, put this method together after he found that it worked with, prisoners who... Boo, are you okay there, buddy? Prisoners who were in jail for life. They were angry, they had hurt people, they had trauma growing up, and what Dr. Lin found was that he could help therapeutically make them better, make them feel better, resolve their conflict, and make them fit for society if he created this Ho'oponopono method for them. Okay. So here's what this method is. When somebody's angry with you, you may be able to go to them and try to talk to them. They may not be willing to talk to you. Or you may be afraid to go talk to them. Dr. Lin found that the number one way that he could help inmates process their feelings was to use a 4-part formula that reduced the internal conflict, angst, and trauma that occurred somewhere else in their life. And here's how it goes. If somebody is mad at you, if they have conflict with you, then what you do is you reach out to the divine and you say 4 things. You say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. Now, Dr. Lin read over all these prisoners' cases, and each one individually he saw where a lot of people had been through a lot of horrible things. And it doesn't rationalize what they did to a human being, but what we know about human behavior is oftentimes when we've experienced something in our childhood, we experience something called trauma reenactment, which means we do then the same thing to somebody else that was done to us. It's like learned behavior gone wrong. And so he realized that these prisoners had a whole litany of abuse that they experienced too. So he'd read over their files, and then he would say that prayer to the divine, not to them, but about them. And again, he would say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. And when he did that, he sent out this vibrational energy in the world that somehow helped the inmates become softer, kinder people. Well, I believe in good vibrational energy, and I believe that the more I can either Teflonize myself so that people's negative energy does not wear on me. Or, once I've said to myself, how did I contribute to this? And I own it. Then I got to let it go. I've got to ask myself how I contributed. I've got to make a conscious choice that I'm not going to do that again. And then I've got to let it go so that I can move forward and be a better human being. And one of the ways that I've done that, and I've worked with the conflict in my life, is the Ho'oponopono method. So the next time somebody is angry with you, and maybe you've reached out to them, maybe they're not ready to reach back to you, maybe their mind, their ears, and their soul is closed off to you. I want you to surrender to the divine and to say those 4 statements and think about how they apply to your situation. I'm sorry. I am sorry that I said what I said to her. Please forgive me for not knowing my boundaries. Thank you for teaching me this important lesson. And I love you. I love you as a human being, as a part of myself. I love you and I want the best for you. Okay. That's how you can do it. Let's say that you have cheated on your spouse. I'm sorry that I made that mistake. I know it was huge. I know it's going to take years to prove that I'm going to be faithful. Please forgive me. I'm asking for your forgiveness. I'm asking you to forgive me because I promise you I've learned from this. Thank you for being bold enough to tell me how you felt about it. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for cussing me out. Thank you for calling me names. Thank you for holding me accountable. And I love you. I love you for caring enough about yourself and me that you were 100% honest. Okay, so now here's your assignment. Is there somebody out there that's mad? They're mad at you. They have conflict with you. They seem unreasonable, unreachable. You don't know what to do with it. We'll practice the Ho'oponopono method and reach out to the divine and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. You can find that in the book, by the way, Zero Factor, by Joe Vitale and Dr. Lynn. And then let it go. I mean, if you're not going to commit the same infraction, if you're not going to talk about somebody, if you're not going to spend too much money, if you're not going to cheat on somebody, if you're not going to lie to somebody, if you've learned your lesson, then you have to let it go so that you get better and be better. And if it feels like somebody is against you and they're just not giving you any grace, then you need to let that go too, because they're stuck in a place where they feel like they have to punish you. And you've got to know how to let it go, how to be unaffected. Eleanor Roosevelt said it best when she said, no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Now, my Carol the Coachism is, I will not give blank the power to make me feel blank. I won't give my mother the power to make me feel inferior. I won't give my husband the power to make me feel inadequate. I won't give my boss the power to make me feel angry. Okay, you get the message. And it sure was, it felt intimate to be able to talk to you about conflict, because conflict is one of the number one obstacles and barriers to getting healthy. I'm Carol Jorgensen-Sheets, aka Carol the Coach, and you can find more of my philosophy on carolthecoach.com. We'll talk to you soon.